You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I actually did this before when I went live. I randomly went live at a park and I did not expect the reaction that I got. And so when I was like, oh, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna chop this up and I'm gonna like put this out little by little, I went home and all you heard was all the air outside. So nothing I could do with that footage. So I said, when I get a free opportunity to be here at the station by myself, I'm just gonna run it back. So pretty much what I was talking about in that live video was just nightlife in general. So this message today is for venues, venue owners, DJs, hosts, promoters, bartenders, servers, everybody that has something to do with the nightlife. And the reason I made this video and making this video now is pretty much to say that in general, how things used to be back in the day, and I say back in the day, maybe like early 2000s, maybe late 90s, how club scenes, nightlife used to be is 1000% different today than how it used to be. So I'll just start on the most important thing that I think everybody is seeming to forget about is being a promoter. So I'll break down how it used to be back in the day. You're a venue, you're like, okay, my weekends are always going to be great because people are always finding places to go on the weekends. Friday, Saturday, Sundays are always typically good when you have a venue. When I say venue, I'm talking about a nightclub, a restaurant, a lounge. So you have your venue, then you got your owners thinking, okay, if I'm going to be open throughout the week, maybe I can add some extra entertainment to bring in the numbers during the week where it makes sense to be open, especially if you're serving food. People can give discount on drinks, but you can't necessarily do on food. So I always find out that food is probably the most expensive. Again, if I'm speaking on a restaurant or anywhere that has food involved, is going to be more money. So we're going to be open during the week. And then, of course, you got to get your chef. You got to get the people in the kitchen, the dishwashers, the people that clean the tables, everything that has to go into food service. So you're going to be open during the week. You have to be able to have some type of entertainment where it's going to make sense to be open to pay these people, and then you still make a profit. This is where people more likely nowadays are doing karaoke nights. They're doing brunches. They're doing music bingo, like all the different things that you see pop up during the week. That's 9 times out of 10 why they're doing it. People are always asking why they don't do that on the weekends. The weekends are going to draw in traffic regardless of who's there or not. So they do it during the week so they can bring in a different set of traffic to make a profit for the business so that the weekends can carry itself. Now, here is what's different that used to be then versus now. The breakdown used to be when I first started, and I'll just speak on me. Again, I said from my eyes. This is from KELZ eyes. I didn't do research on this. I don't have a degree in restaurants. I don't have a degree in all this stuff, right? So the breakdown used to be you would hire a DJ that just comes into play. You would hire the promoter that would get the people in to the establishment. And then you have the host that is supposed to entertain the people that are already there. Those were the 3 breakdowns. I have always been a host. Let me say that again. KELZ is a host, right? An MC. Master of ceremony. I make people laugh. I make people have a good time. If you decide to come by yourself, I guarantee you're going to come again because you feel like you have a friend in KELZ. So in 2024, I cannot be a host anymore. I have to be a promoter as well. And I'm going to say this again to everybody. If you are the owner of an establishment, if you are the DJ, if you are a promoter, if you are a host, you are now a promoter. Let me say this again. Everybody that has to do with this particular night that is being posted, being ran to make it successful, is a promoter. So if you own the establishment and you're not paying somebody to run your social media platforms, you, ma'am or sir, are a promoter. Everybody's a promoter. If you're a DJ and you think you're just going to show up in 2024 and rock the place out, no, they will let you go as a DJ. If you are bringing people in, they're going to keep you because you're making the establishment money. If you're a host and you're not promoting, they will drop you. If you are anything in there that is not bringing bodies and numbers and money to the establishment, I'll say it again, they will drop you. If you are the owner and your business is failing, it's because you are forgetting that you have to be a promoter too. This is your establishment. Your job is to grow your night. Granted, you're paying the people to be there. So I think owners think because I have a DJ, because I have a promoter, and because I have a host, they're just going to take care of everything. But if you have an establishment, you have your own set of clientele that's going to bring people in as well. And everybody knows when you have a business, nobody is going to promote and love your business 100% the way that you love and promote your business. So you have to be a part of your business. You can't expect that the host is going to carry that night by themselves. You can't expect the DJ to carry the night by themselves. And you damn sure can't expect as a bartender, a server, that you're going to make money if you're not also contributing to all of this. So I'm just going to break down everybody's role in this. So again, like I said, the owner picks the people that they feel like will bring good value to the night. So I'm just going to stick on karaoke because I do karaoke. I do music bingo and I do brunch and all that. But karaoke is probably one of the hardest to do. And the reason I say that is because they're going to hate me for this, but karaoke crowd, and I'm talking about the customers, y'all don't spend money. So a lot of establishments do not like to have karaoke nights because the people that come to do karaoke, they have to be drunk to do it. So I don't. I like to be sober. I just love to sing. I don't really drink like that. But unless somebody's coming in there and they're going to spend hundreds of dollars to get drunk, they're probably pre-gaming at home. And then when they get there, they're getting water or they might get an appetizer or something like that. But the karaoke crowd is probably not your most profitable crowd. Karaoke is supposed to start the night. It's supposed to get people going. And then by 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, however you decide to do it, then that gets the party going afterwards. So again, people that go and sing typically are not your biggest dollars coming in the building. I've seen a lot of people that go to sing karaoke will make sure they have water on their table. They might get like maybe 2 or 3 drinks, and that is literally it. And they're going to sit there. Your tables won't turn as much. They're going to sit there for 3-4 hours taking up seats, and they're not purchasing anything. So this is why I say this is important for everybody to play their role if you're going to have a karaoke or, any type of specialty type of night. If you are a bartender, if you are a server, to me, I ask them all the time, it makes no sense that you are here to make money that you're not getting paid by the hour and nobody knows you're here. They get mad like, I'm quitting this establishment because they're not making any money. I'm like, well, does anybody know you're here? You got your people coming? They might have their regulars that came because they just checked out the restaurant or the lounge or the club. But unless you're posting every week that you're there on that night, hey, y'all come see me, y'all come see me, y'all come see me, who is coming to spend money with you? I never understand why the bartender or the server does not promote. It makes absolutely no sense. And I know some people will say like, well, my crowd, they can't afford this or they can't do that. Okay, then start building relationships with your tables. So I notice me as a host, sometimes I will find out that it's somebody's birthday, it's somebody's anniversary, somebody just graduated from college, somebody's going through a divorce and they brought their homegirls out to party. The server has no idea. I never understand how you as a server or a bartender doesn't know these things when you have customers sitting in front of you or you're waiting their tables. To me, that's a bigger tip. If I want the bigger tip, I'm going to make sure that I build a relationship with this customer for the night. So guess what? They're going to always come and ask for KELZ when they come because she made me feel welcome. I feel like I know her. And if I ever decide, now that's always my thing. If I ever decide to go by myself, I will go because KELZ is there. I've met a lot of people to where if they come by themselves or they're waiting on a friend or something like that, I always go and I find the people. So this is like a cheat code for anybody that wants to be a host. This is what I do in my mind. I'll go to a table where there's like one person or two people and they're probably in their phones the whole time, or they're just kind of looking around waiting for somebody to come, even if they're sitting in the lobby and they're like, you can't sit down until your whole party's here. I focus first on the people who look like they're uncomfortable being alone. I'll find out what they're there for. If they're there like, oh, I'm just in town. Sometimes I find out these people are literally just in town. The hotel is across the street. So they came over and got something to eat and ran into a karaoke or a bingo night. And so if I always get a separate table to myself, and I have met a lot of women who are actually now hanging out with each other because I will bring them over to my table. If you're by yourself, I'm like, do you want to sit with me? They're like, oh God, thank you, Jesus. So they'll come and sit with me. I'll find another one. I'm like, I'm sorry, what's your name again? This is such and such. What's your name again? They meet each other. There's two girls in particular that goes to one of the places that I used to work at, and they now go to karaoke together. And so they'll always be like, you got room at your table, girl? You know we got room. If I got to start building a second table, I will. But I have people that have actually became friends because they went to the establishment by themselves, and I had them to sit with me at the table, and then now they know each other. So that's the one thing I would say, build relationships with the customers. I know it sounds crazy because those people are just in there to eat, drink, and then they're gone, and you'll probably never see them again. But in my experience, they always come back for you. I'm a big believer in everything that I do when I speak on business. I believe that people buy into people, not products and services. In my mind, if I go to an establishment and the food is just okay or the service is just okay, they're still going to come because KELZ is there. I have literally experienced that. Like, girl, I'm just going to eat before I get there because I ain't like the food. Ooh. But I'm glad you're coming out. So get back on track as far as being a promoter. And this episode is really speaking on being a promoter in 2024. And I don't care what type of business you have. I'm not only speaking on nightlife, even us in radio. If you're in radio, if you're in podcasting, if you're in journalism, if you're in fast food, like whatever it is that you're doing with your business and your brand, you have to be a promoter. I'm not trying to take away from promoters, but it helps the promoters as well. Like if you are just a big time promoter and you got your following, but you got to think about it. Even if you are a promoter and you go to different establishments, you are still reaching the same exact people. Your people are just following you from place to place to place. That particular establishment that you're at on Monday, they have to have their whole team building. Just like if you're at a different place on Wednesday, they have to have their whole team building. So everybody has to do their part. And I'm finding out a lot lately that everybody is doing everybody's part. Like there used to be individual. Like I said, DJ would go in DJ, host would go in host, promoters promote, owners own, managers manage. No, everybody has to play everybody's part. Hold on, shout out to DJ Pijo. He said, dang, I need to be there for that conversation. But of course, I just woke up. Yeah, y'all can call in. I'll put this number on here too. Telephone number is 404-254-4347. Again, 404-254-4347. If you want to call in at any point of anything that I said or what I'll say in the future, feel free to call in. It's just me up here, so I would love the interaction. I'm not going to be able to read all these comments on here, so call in and tell me what you're thinking. I can't hear. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Sunshine? Say it on there for me, please.
You can also tune in on YouTube, and then you can put your comments in the comment section on YouTube, and she'll be able to see the comments that way and answer them.
That would help so much. Okay, so let me break down why we as the entertainers are getting frustrated in 2024 when it comes to nightlife. At some points, I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. I just want to quit. I'm just going to go back to radio and focus on that because that's where my bread and butter comes from. Hosting has been fun. In the summertime, I was able to eat good. I was able to go places that I wanted to go. It wasn't a need, but I enjoyed it. I've built relationships, and I don't want to just drop off the face of the planet now that I'm out here. I had only planned, I told Sunshine at the beginning of this year that I was going to go back to hosting to build my personal brand to bring it right back to the radio. And it just went haywire. Like everybody fell in love with me. Everybody was hiring me left and right. And I'm thinking, dang, I can make this amount of money a month here. I can make this amount of money here. Why not take it? So I went out of control with hosting and hits became secondary. So I had to switch some stuff around to make hits back on the front end. But let me get back to, and I'm going to start with the DJs, and the DJs will appreciate this. Establishment owners, please know that your DJ has a hard enough job as is by themselves. In 2024, establishment owners are expecting the DJs to not only play the music, but to also host and be the promoter. I've heard one location let a DJ go because they weren't promoting their night. And I explained to that DJ, like, it's 2024. Everybody is a promoter. So if you think you finna be big wig and walk into an establishment and just set your equipment up and play to an empty crowd and they gonna keep you, ma'am, sir, not in 2024. Everybody's trying to make their money. It's tight for everybody right now. Like, money is not how it used to be. So people are being very, very strategic in the moves that they're making. And a DJ that is not promoting is not a well-paid and booked promoter in 2024. Yeah, you're still gonna have your weddings and your outside and private events, but in these establishments, they will let you go. So the defense of a DJ, that's also a double-edged sword because it's extremely hard for them. Just picture yourself being in a room full of people and it's up to you to make those people have a good time. Think about it. You're in a restaurant, every single table is taken. Everybody's ordering food, everybody's ordering drinks, and then the DJ starts playing sad, depressing music. What you think that's going to do to your crowd? You might have two or three like, oh my gosh, I love that song. Like, that's my realm or whatever. A DJ might have a mood to play R&B music, but the crowd wants to hear trap. Vice versa. You might have, like, it's a Saturday night, it's midnight, and the crowd needs to turn over. And for some strange reason, Nana thinks she's 23 and brought her birthday party here. And the DJ sees it's like 50, 60-year-olds in here, and like, okay, well, I'm gonna start playing music from such and such, and they like, dang, this DJ's he's not as great. Because they want to hear the trap music. But the DJ sees a room full of old people and they're not moving to his music. Guess what he has to do? He's got to keep playing different music to try to figure out what this crowd wants to hear. On top of that, you got the establishment expecting you to get on the mic and hype these people up while they're trying to figure out, I got to create this mode. I got to create this vibe for tonight. And I got to do all this other stuff too. Plus promote during the week. And I'm going to get on that too. I know I'm going to be jumping all over the place, but I just want to make sure I get all my points out. So to the defense of the DJ, I don't think it's fair to make a DJ be a promoter and a host. I get that we all have to promote. And if that is part of the plan for the establishment, then DJs, you on your own with that one. You're going to have to promote or get the hell on. Or charge more. They don't want to do that either. The establishments are not really, and I'll say this. I have found out, and I don't really say much, but my price is kind of similar to what a DJ charges. And the reason I do that is because I put a lot of work in. I know for a fact, and I would stand against almost all the hosts in Atlanta, period. I'm KELZ, that I am different than a lot of hosts. I do way more than a lot of hosts do. I know a lot of hosts, they promote like they're supposed to, but I shoot while I'm there. I edit while I'm not at work, and I promote throughout the week. So I know I'm about to jump into my realm of hosting, where I feel like it's also unfair to the host. If you're like me, there's other hosts that, of course, they promote their own night and they record all their own content. I don't think establishments realize that if I'm there on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, and most people have to work on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday mornings, they're probably not coming out the night that I'm there. But guess what I just did? I just put all my people onto your establishment that is going to be able to come on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I don't get paid for that whatsoever. So I am literally giving you all customers that does not affect me in any kind of way. And then I have no clue if that's even happening because they're not saying, "Oh, I couldn't come on Wednesday, so I decided to come on Saturday." They're not gonna say that. They're just like, "Oh, I seen this place, and now I'm here." So I'm literally promoting every single day that I post this establishment. Let's say I'm not anywhere on Friday right now, so I'm going to use Friday as my example. If I post on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that I'm going to be at this place on Friday, the people that see this post on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is going to go check out this establishment. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, they do brunch on Sundays. I'm going to make sure I go on Sunday to do brunch." So guess what I just did? I helped build a night that or a day that I'm not even there because I promoted your establishment throughout the week. And I get the same exact pay for that one night that I'm there. And if I don't bring people there on my night, then I get let go. And this is the flip side that I said that's unfair to the host because I can get people into the building. But what if it's not me as to why they're not coming back? What if the food was trash? What if the service was trash? What if the time to get the food was trash? That all falls on the host because if a night starts one way and they get all the people in, you got to think maybe it's not the host because she got the people in. I can get you to stay and entertain you, but if they don't like their food, if they don't like their drinks, if they don't like their service, if they don't like the time it takes to come out, I am fighting against all the other obstacles that I can't control that has nothing to do with me. I'm getting paid to play my part. I host, I entertain, and I promote. I cannot, when I say I cannot control anything else that happens in the establishment. But guess what? While I'm talking to all these people, building all these relationships, guess what they're doing when I come to their table? It's taking da 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 da, and I gotta hear all of this stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to be rude and just be like, "Well, I'm just the host." I can say that, but I'm not that type of person. If I'm trying to build a relationship for you to come back, I'm gonna make sure I get all this information that I'm getting from these people, the customers, and I'm taking it right back to the establishment. And then it's up to you to figure out why this night isn't growing. Now, if I keep promoting and nobody shows up for me and everybody in the establishment is just coming because they just heard of the restaurant, then yeah, maybe the host ain't bringing really anybody. And then maybe you feel like maybe we don't need them. But if they are keeping people there, they're keeping people entertained while they're there and they don't leave, it's the DJ and it's the host. And it could be too, the food is great. The drinks are great. The service is amazing, but everybody has to play their part. You cannot leave everything up to the entertainers. That's the main point that I want to bring today is it is not the entertainer's job to keep your doors open. It's up to you to figure out all this stuff. You wanted this nightclub. You wanted this restaurant. You wanted this lounge. You figure out how to keep it successful. I've been in establishments where I was literally the only person posting this place. Till it got to a point where people were asking me what was going on certain nights. I'm only here on Wednesday. I'm only here on Saturday. I'm only here on Tuesday. I don't know what they do throughout the week. But guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell you what's going on Tuesday, even though I ain't there. I'm going to tell you what's going on Sunday, even though I'm not there, because I respect and I enjoy the establishments that I work in. If I leave a place, it's because it's something that happened there that didn't fit my brand. But I also love wherever I'm working at. If I'm working somewhere and I'm staying there for a while, I actually like where I'm working at. I'm not going to be anywhere I don't want to be because I don't have to be there. But I do expect that if I'm coming with my A game, that the establishment comes with their A game, the bartenders come with their A game, the servers come with their A game, the DJ comes with their A game. Everybody needs to come with their A game, and I just don't feel like everybody's playing their part. That's the main thing that I want to say. So again, I'm going to give that telephone number out, 404-254-4347. Again, that telephone number, 404-254-4347. While I'm waiting on people to call in, the flip side of all of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes of making a night successful, I want to start talking to some of these customers. Look, I know y'all go out and you're spending your hard-earned money and you don't have to be here. It's hot outside or it's too cold outside, and I came out here to get me something to eat, something to drink, listen to some great music, have a couple of laughs because the host was cool, and then I just want to go home. Some of y'all are annoying as F. Y'all expect stuff that y'all wouldn't even do. Y'all expect stuff from establishments that you wouldn't even expect from them. So you go to these big chain places that have been around for decades, and you can have the most trash service. Your steak was either under or overcooked. And guess what you're gonna do next week? You're gonna go right back to them. You're not gonna complain. You're not gonna go on social media. You're not gonna call it, this is why I don't go to black businesses. Like, when it's a black owned business, people expect perfection. They're either going to expect perfection or they're going to expect it all to be trash because they black. Those are the two things. It's never going to be, I'm just going to give them a chance and I'm just going to try this restaurant because I heard they got good food. I get people that say stuff like, this is why I don't go to black establishments. Or they'll just simply post it online about how bad the service was or how bad the food was, or I waited 45 minutes for my food to come out, and they'll trash it. But they won't do other establishments like that. I just learned, and I'm going to put this out here, one of the places that I work at, and I'm not going to say the name of it, but you'll know because it's a pizza place. I just learned last night, even though I've been working there for about a month now, that they are a gourmet pizza restaurant. They're not your they're not your big chain places where they'll be ready in 5 minutes. Or if they don't bring it out to your car in 2 minutes, you get a free pizza. These people are making the dough from scratch. I literally just found this out last night because there have been a couple of complaints of the food taking a long time to come out. And they broke it down to me like, well, we make the dough from scratch and we make this from scratch. And we make this from scratch. Everything is made to order. That's why it's so freaking good. I was like, I don't know what makes their pizza so different. I just found out last night that everything is made from scratch. So if you think about that, how you going to get some from scratch dough and pizza out in 10, 15 minutes? But goes back to the server. Maybe y'all should start telling your tables, hey, this is a gourmet pizza restaurant and we make everything from scratch. Everything is made to order, or put it on the menu. Well, I won't even say that. Tell them, because they won't even read the menu. They won't even see that part. Just give a little more grace to wherever you are. Find out why it might be taking a long time. And again, this establishment wasn't even packed like table to table, wall to wall, and it still took a long time. But now I got different mindset and different eyes when I go into this location because they make fresh everything. We're going to take a quick little break. Oh, real quick. That's their job to explain that to the customer. Exactly. Yeah. As a server, the owner's not going from table to table. So if you are a server, I think it is your job to figure out all the things you need to make your job and your tip successful. Because even as a server, you're going to get blamed for stuff that you can't control. But the best way to control that is to know your establishment. Know what's going on behind the scenes. So if somebody's complaining it's taking a long time and you come out and you tell me, oh, it's coming up, it'll be out in a few minutes. No, explain why it's going to be out in a few minutes. We make everything from scratch. Like, hype them up. Make it make sense as to why we're still sitting here. Offer something like, I'm just saying, if I've never been a server, but I think I would make so much money because as you're sitting there waiting, I'm going to try to entertain you. I'm trying to be your best friend. So you're not going to cuss me out. But I'm also going to say, while you're here waiting, why don't y'all order this type of drink? Or why don't y'all try this type of appetizer until your food comes out? It's really good. And I tell people this all the time when I go to their tables. Everywhere I go, I have a favorite dish that I get. And I tell that person, I usually get this. It's so good. Or I usually get that, or blah, blah, blah. If you don't like a lot of cheese, I wouldn't try this. Like, I'm super honest. And if they ask me about something that I don't like, I'm going to tell you, I ain't like it. You might like it, but I didn't like it. All right. So again, we're going to take a quick break. And then we'll be right back. L.I.C.K Show hits 92.3.
Body image and positivity are major impacts in today's society. At Nurse to Beauty, we believe in bringing the beauty from within to the forefront. For those of you who are planning to have cosmetic surgery, Nurse to Beauty is ready and available for all of your postoperative needs. My name is Dontricia Dunham, and I am the registered nurse and owner. I have over 10 years of experience with emergency medicine that has aided me in giving quality medical care for cosmetic surgery clients. We specialize in a number of safe and effective options and solutions to help you achieve your ideal body image. Have a one-on-one virtual consultation via phone or private suite location. Have your lymphatic therapies and all other postoperative needs performed by a licensed medical professional. Mobile postoperative services are also available upon request. Not interested in cosmetic surgery at this time? No worries. We also provide an array of body modification services to fulfill all of your beauty enhancement requests. We understand how costly aftercare can be after a cosmetic surgery. Ask about our affordable payment plans today with instant approval and no hard credit check. Log on to www.nurse2beauty.com for more information. Call or text 404-849-0260. For education, client transformations, and reviews, follow all of our social medias at Nurse2Beauty. See you next time.
Look, let me get it. It's about another one, I put it on your fitted. Willing here, baby, but who the babysitter? Me and Blade, they can stomach it, they put it around the shit that I'm a Booker T and 95, can you dig it? Okay, we coming for you niggas, say it, I meant it. Downtown Atlanta, I was right there by the city. When I found out I can really do it, so I did it. I'ma rock this shit like I want to. I'ma fuck around and move. Go against the tribe, you can fuck around and lose. Shit hit so hard, they can fuck around and sue, and I'ma win. I'ma win that, this my house, you a house, get Sinbad. Picture me a goat, when you step it, can you send that? We gon' drop this and they gon' feel it like an impact. I'm a different type of nigga on the microphone. And I'm from the 6, he was talking about his own. And I'ma let y'all have it, but right now it's all about me, like in my song. If you want smoke, boy, you better buy a bomb. Me and Teasy, we in the zone like we by the zone. If you got heart, you can ride along. Y'all can't see me to the end of the show. Bicon, wait a minute. Me and Blade finna make another run again. Me and Blade finna make another run again. Me and Blade finna make another run again. Me and Blade finna. Me and him finna make another run again. Me and him finna make another run again. Me and him finna make another run again. Me and Blade make it to the whole summer. I like it, I like it, I like it when you jam. I like it, I like it, I like it when you jam. I like it, I like it, I like it when you jam. You know who I am. You gon' get this dance. I like it, I like it, I like it when you jam. I like it, I like it, I like it when you jam. I like it, 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 yeah, I like it, yeah, I like it, yeah, I like it, yeah. What if I told you to shake this shit on, shake this shit on, shake this shit on? What if I told you to shake this shit on, shake this shit on? What if I told you to shake this shit on, shake this shit on, shake this shit on? What if I told you, what if I told you, what if I told you? I'ma stand on my bitch naive. I know kid, ain't no kid by me. I ain't playing, I'm for real. I was inside C, but I see I gotta fuck it up again. Life, please. So I got him, but I gotta hit him with a life feed. When I'm on that stage, don't nobody hype me. I'm the franchise boy, but don't got a white tee. And ain't over to the lady saying in the right key. What you say? I'm working. Like I ain't got no money. Let her word in, let her word in, let her word in. I'm working. Let her word in. Like I ain't got no money. Let her say it again now. What you say? I'm working. Like I ain't got no money. Let her word in, let her word one time. What you say? I'm working. Let her word in. Like I ain't got no money. Let her one time.
Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right, you could become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay. But your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last. The slots are filling fast. It's 92.3. So what we have been talking about is the nightlife as far as establishments, restaurants, nightclubs, and lounges, and all the things that are needed, all the things that should be happening and going on behind the scenes that just aren't happening. Now, one place I'm not at anymore, but I am super duper proud of them because everybody promotes now. I feel a little salty because I was like, why the hell y'all weren't doing that when I was there? But they got it. They got it. They got some amazing things coming up. They got some amazing things that took over where I was doing. And I'm super duper proud of them because the owner is my friend. So I'm super duper excited and proud and a true supporter of everything that's going on at that establishment, even though I'm not there. And that's because I care about where I work at, and I still eat there. I don't drink, but I still love the bartenders, the servers. I love all the people that are there. But there were certain things that were going on to where we had to separate business. And I feel like if everything was what I'm talking about in that time frame, which is when I made the video in the park in the first place, then we could have all had a good working relationship still glued today. So it doesn't matter if you already know it or you figure it out later on down the line. As long as you get it, you can be an establishment that has repeat customers. There's even one place that I go to, and I ain't trying to dog nobody out, but if I'm going to be real and keep everything a buck, it's people that don't go to this place because the owner is trash. The owner cusses people out. The owner has caused different people to quit working there because they will make sure they tell you, this is mine. This is my establishment. And they will keep talking to people like trash because they can. So sometimes it's the head. Sometimes it's just the head that messes everything up, and they can't figure out why the business isn't where they want it to be. They want it to be a certain look. They want a certain type of clientele to come in. They don't want a ratchet crowd, but you ratchet yourself. How are you ratchet, cussing people out, treating people like trash, and expecting people to treat your establishment like trash, leaving it a mess, in there fighting, all this other stuff? It's what you bring. It's what you bring in your house. How you act in your house as the head is what you're going to accept in your house. You said some stuff during the break, Sunshine, that I wanted to piggyback on. You mind saying what you were saying on the break as far as...
What I say?
We were talking about, first of all, she had me dying laughing during the break. First of all, shout out to Sunshine. She is my everything. She is my left arm, my back side, my whatever brain that figures everything logically. She's that side of my brain. Sunshine's my everything, right? You my everything. Sunshine, I love you. So she also has the flagship show here at Hits 92.3. All Hustle, No Fear, Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. But during the break, she had me dying laughing because she was like, she has a different mindset on some of the places that she goes to when I said certain things are made to order, or they just what you were saying.
Okay, so in that situation, so I Uber, right? And one, I heard about that place from you. Mm-hmm. And then I was Ubering one day and I was in there and I saw it and was looking at it and was like, oh, okay. And let me put a pin in this because that's what I do. When I'm Ubering places, I don't want to go somewhere new. I make a pin on it so that I can look at that and find something to eat when I want to, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but I also looked at the prices and I was like, this is kind of pricey for this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Considering, what's going on or whatnot. Then I also saw some of the negative stuff that people were saying about them as well. And so I was forming my own my own thought process, right? And I was like, if I ever go, I'll go on a Tuesday when KELZ is there. I wasn't necessarily in a mindset of I'll go just to go. Not yet. But after you just said what you said about why it takes so long, okay, so that is one of the things that I saw. People argue about how long it takes. But you just said it's artisan. It's handmade dough. You know what I mean? Okay, I'll give you a little bit more time if you up here kneading the dough and putting your elbow in it in the bag. You know what I mean? Like I understand that takes more time. If you made this sauce from scratch, like you boiled these tomatoes down and stuff like that, and you added oregano, little onion powder and stuff like that, then I give you more credit for that and the time that it takes for that. Like when you go to restaurants with, you know, maitre d's and stuff, they explain everything. Like if you're gonna get a cow, you're gonna get a steak. You're not getting a steak. You're getting Betsy.
You're getting Betsy.
Exactly. Betsy has been treated really good. She has been fed the dopest grains from the Himalayan mountains. You know what I'm saying? Betsy has been massaged with coconut oil and brushed 3 times daily. You know what I'm saying? Like Betsy was loved. You're not just getting a steak. You're getting, you know, you're
getting a pet.
Right. No, yeah, but I don't want if you give me oxtail pizza, first of all, I understand it's gonna cost a little bit more. It's oxtail pizza. But if you explain to me that this ox has been walked 4 miles on a leash through the countryside of Aspen, you know what I mean? He's got specially made hooves. You know what I mean? Oh, that's why it's so expensive.
That's why it's so expensive,
like,
and
these
why
aren't
it takes the time
mushrooms.
that it takes.
These are portobello mushrooms that grow on the side of the French Riviera that have to be picked only in September.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That makes a little bit more sense.
Exactly. And people, and like I told them last night, I said, well, damn, I didn't know this either. So if we don't know this, it still falls back on y'all.
That's your fault.
Because me as the host, and I have to hear this at every table. Like now, if you here for 3-4 hours and we doing games and stuff like that, you know my name by now. We friends. It's a whole atmosphere of playing games. Last night, people was like, KELZ, come here. like we homeboy, homegirl. And they're literally telling me certain things that's going on. And I'm like, I can't say I'm just the host. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, let me go find that out. That's the first thing I'm going to say. Let me go find that out. I didn't know that part until they closed, and I'm talking to them, and I'm like, okay, this is my feedback on what was going on tonight. And they're like, oh, well, there's nothing we can do about that. This stuff is made from scratch. I'm like, well, hell, I didn't know that.
That should be in your commercials. That is a part of your marketing then, because your marketing director needs to be letting people know that this is made from scratch. You know what I mean? Like in your videos, you need to have people sitting up there tossing pizza up in the air. You know what I mean? And have somebody making big tubs of dough and showing that. Like that's part of how you let people feel a part of the process.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And to something that you said, let's take this to bartenders too.
Yes,
right?
Please. Yes.
Because everybody acts like everybody's an alcoholic. And I'm that person that's like, okay, tell me about this drink or tell me about this drink, right? Because if you buy a drink and it's too sweet, that messes you up for some palates. If you buy a drink and it's too strong and it tastes too much like alcohol, now as a bartender, you've messed yourself up because I'm not buying 2.
Exactly.
I'm
just
not
gonna sip
buying
on
2
this the whole time I'm sitting here.
So you mess up your money and you're mad at me, but it's not my fault. I told you I wasn't a drinker and you thought it was funny to make me
not funny.
Right. You made me Sean's drink. I can't drink this shit.
Now, this is a funny thing is, so I have 2 things that I say when I'm talking to a bartender. First of all, my first question, because again, this goes on the customer too. I'm having a whole conversation with my bartender. I need to ease you into my life and how I don't drink. First question is, do you drink? Now, if they're a drinker, you can't tell me that your drinks aren't that strong because you drink. So my not drinking versus your not drinking is not going to be the same.
Right.
Now, if you tell me I'm not really a drinker, I'm a lightweight, I'm going to trust your judgment. But if you tell me you drink, I'm not trusting your judgment. Second thing I'm going to say is I like my drinks like I like my sex. Tease me. I don't want it. I don't want it like that.
I don't want to know I'm getting drunk.
I don't want to know I'm getting drunk. Make it smooth. Take your time with me. Give me something sweet that I'm going to feel as the night goes on. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to taste it. I don't want to feel it the minute it hits my mouth.
And not only that, but if you want me to stay here, you have to make the drink enjoyable, but at the same time, you have to make it where I want another one.
Yes.
If I'm having a good conversation with somebody, I want to still be able to be lucid in that conversation, especially if I'm a professional or if we're not at one of those ratchet establishments. I'm in heels, baby. I do not want to be walking out of here like Bambi.
Exactly. And it ain't because my feet hurt.
Right. It's because I'm lit. Or better yet, you see, I drove here. I have my keys in my hand.
Yes.
I drove here.
Yes.
Please do not make me feel like I need to get an Uber from your establishment.
Exactly.
I want to be able to drive home.
And I noticed too, so I'm a person that doesn't sit at the bar. I don't like to sit at the bar. One, because I'm not a drinker and I feel like I need to save these seats for the drunks. They want to keep getting drink after drink, and I don't have my one little drink, and now I'm babysitting the bartender's tips. So and I'll say that as a customer. So I'm gonna go between behind the scenes and customers. If you're a customer and you enjoy sitting at the bar because maybe it's just you just want to get your food, get your drinks, maybe look at the TV, and you don't have to be in everything. Keep in mind you are holding this bartender up from making money. Sit at a table like everybody else and watch the TV from the seats. But if you are not a drinker, I don't feel like it's right to be one that takes up a bartender's seat.
Okay, so I see that a little bit differently because I look at it from a networking standpoint and not just being a customer. If I'm alone and I'm by myself, the bar is the best place to sit and be able to be open and just talk to anybody. Because even if you're like, let's say an Applebee's bar for sure, right? Or I could be on this side of the bar and the people on that side of the bar are still, we're talking across. We're all talking and conversing, right? Okay. And so in that instance, I do try to make sure I am still buying drinks as long as I'm sitting there and I'm talking, right?
That makes sense then.
But if I'm at a table, don't fucking talk to me. I'm alone. I'm here. I came to this table to be either just with the people at this table or by myself. Like I sat here alone for a reason. I know I'm by myself. But if I'm at a bar, that ability to turn and talk to the person next to you is a little bit more open. So
but you said something very important. So it goes back to what I'm saying. You said, I still make sure I buy drinks.
Right.
So you are a person that belongs at the bar.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not going to buy drinks.
Well,
so even if I'm by myself.
Drinks, when I say drinks, I just mean anything that I can still add to it.
Yeah.
So if it's a Sprite or a Shirley Temple or whatever, hell, it could be a glass of wine as far as I'm concerned. But it doesn't necessarily have to be shots or anything like that.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not going to just sit there.
As long as it's like,
baby, get breadsticks. I don't care.
Yeah. But just imagine you're a customer and you're a bartender. This person has ate all they're going to eat. They have drunk all they're going to drink. They've even paid their tab, but they're having amazing conversations with people at the bar. It's a whole nother set of people coming in and the bar is taken up because these people are having great conversations. The bartender has made all she's going to make. Because you're not going to keep giving her money just because you're sitting there. You've already paid. You tipped her. What else you want from me, sis? What else you want from me, bro? I done paid. I did my duty.
Respect.
But now we're having this great conversation that I don't want to walk away from yet because I ain't get to make my point yet. So we're going to be here another 15, 20 minutes. And she's like, do y'all want anything? You're like, no, we're good. So yeah, back to this relationship conversation. And she's just like, well, damn. And you got all the people sitting at the tables. Now the server has to keep running to the bar to get their drinks because there's no room at the bar. And guess who's getting that tip? And the server's doing all this work for all of her seats being taken, but she still got to make these drinks for the whole restaurant. And the server's getting that tip. So I just think etiquette, even before I started working in these establishments, I've just always had like etiquette in everything that I do. In my mind, if I'm not drinking, why am I sitting at the bar?
Yeah.
That's just my thought process. But you do have a good point, though. That's a good networking place, because if I'm sitting at a table, that's weird for somebody at the next table to hold a whole conversation with me. That is a little weird. So I get that part of it too. So,
but also, if you're a social person, like if you're an introverted person and you don't want people to talk to you, please go sit at a fucking table. Like,
don't sit at the bar.
Don't sit at the bar.
Don't sit at the bar.
On the other end of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes you sit at the bar with people and they don't have pleasant personalities.
Yeah.
And I went viral over this one time. I was like, anytime I sit at the bar, I always end up with something free, whether it's from the bartender or for some random person or whatever, because one, pretty privilege. I'm cute, right?
That's my next topic, by the way.
But two, because I have a pleasant personality and I'm not giving you stank face. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or just because you speak to me, I'm not automatically treating you like you're trying to holler. Like, hey, how you doing? What's up? Like, who are you? How you know, how does this work for you? What is life like? Right? And so it's like being social on social media. You have this business and you want people to come and network with you and everything, but you're not social on social media, you know. Or something that happened in the Women of Douglasville group today. I posted something, somebody said something, and I was responding back to her, and I guess she read it with negative eyesight. And so she automatically responded back to me kind of like she was snapping at me. But ma'am, your handle is a business. And it's a business that directly reflects to the conversation that I'm having. So why would I try to hit you up about any of this information or about this business when I've already realized you've got a nasty attitude?
And what do I always say? People buy into people, not products and services.
Like, you already snapped on me and I really wasn't, I didn't say anything negative. I was just adding to the conversation, but you hit me with, and it's like, okay, but I won't be going to you for tax information.
Yep. And this was another conversation. I'm not going to say what day, what night, because people are going to start trying to, if any of these owners are on here, they're going to be like, who did it? So I'm not going to say any night in particular, but I had a table complain. The entire table complained. The server was not attentive enough. Now, my homegirl, shout out to Mimi, love her to death. She's one of those people who doesn't want the server to keep coming back. Once you bring me my food and whatever else I ask for, leave me alone. I'm total opposite. Come check on me because I might want something to drink or I didn't like my food. So if you bring me, you know, is everything good? I don't know, ma'am. I haven't cut it yet. They will ask you that as soon as they come and then they're gone. So it just depends on what it is. Last night, damn. Well, I done said it now. They complained that the server wasn't attentive enough. They actually wanted more drinks and she didn't come enough for them to get more drinks. So they were just like, well, hell, like, we ain't drunk yet. When we leave here, we're going to go up the street to keep drinking. So because I kept saying, well, you know, it's the drinks are cheap as shit tonight. What is the deal? They're like, well, hell, she wasn't bringing them. So I'm like, oh, okay. So that is a thing that establishments have to deal with too. And just to be fair to owners, when they hire people, I'm sure they're not hiring people because they have horrible customer service skills. I'm sure they're not hiring them because they're going to be slow and unattentive. I'm sure they hired them because they talked a good game during the interview, or they've worked at places that fit where they would be a good fit into their location. You don't know who you have until you put them on the floor to start working. So you have to keep. What you got to say?
Okay, I have worked service jobs. I have been a waitress and stuff like that, right? To add to that, as a business, you can't just put a person on the floor and not continue to pour into them and to
keep
teach
training.
them
Training
and to
doesn't
keep
stop.
training them,
Okay.
or course correction. You know what I mean? Because, okay, you have a floor manager. That floor manager sees that these tables are not attentive, or people are looking for things, or just the, you know, if I'm you steadily seeing somebody waving their hand like, hey, shout it, please
come
here. And I'm that person who all y'all work here. Keep not answering me. excuse me, ma'am, I know you work here. Can you please get me such and such? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's something you have to continuously teach your people and work on them, because
Very, very true.
Chick-fil-A, if you mess around and say, don't say my pleasure.
Did you see? I don't know if you sent me that or if you've even seen it. There is a Chick-fil-A. Oh my gosh, it's the funniest commercial I've ever seen. Not a commercial, but it's on either Instagram or TikTok. I can't remember where I saw that. But the guy, you know, they're outside now taking the orders.
That was
and
me.
The
I
guy
sent it
was
to you.
like, he was like, will that be all? He was like, yes. Are you paying such and such, such and such? He was like, okay, have a good day. He said, no, I meant my pleasure, my pleasure. He said, I said my pleasure. The car pulls up, puts a bag over the man's head and throws him in the back of the car. He's like, I said, I'm and the guy's like, what happened to the man? Don't worry about him. Is everything good? He was like, yeah, is everything okay? He was like, yeah. He was like, well, have a good day, my pleasure. And then he goes on. When I say that was like the funniest thing I have ever seen on there, that Chick-fil-A does not play.
Hey,
and I don't know where they find these people at, but like you said, it's maybe continuously training.
That they train, they drill it into them. They set a standard.
That shit was so funny.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, if you want to charge me this amount of money, the standard has to come with it. Can I please add one?
Yes.
Can I please add one? Okay, bet. If I'm paying a whole bunch of money for this food, if when I look it up on Google, it says it's got $3 signs up there.
Mm-hmm.
If you put my food on a plate and hand me plastic silverware or give me a plastic cup, I swear for everything that is holy and great, I am downgrading my thought process with you. Because why?
Yeah.
Why am I getting plastic silverware? Why are you cheapening out? If you're going to be a linen cloth restaurant price, then you need to have linen all the way around.
That's very true.
That is not fair. That is not right. You're bringing me my wine in a solo cup, in a clear solo cup. That is not cool. I ordered Chardonnay, and this glass of Chardonnay just cost me $11. Do you know I could get that at the whole bottle at Publix for $11?
Girl.
I know this ain't nothing but barefoot. Stop playing with me.
Look, I went to this one place, and I just speaking on prices of drinks. My homegirl graduated from college, and I wasn't complaining at all. Again, my hosting gigs was paying for my spring and summer lifestyle. And so I was talking about me spending $800 to $1,200 a month eating out and going to places that I wanted to go to, because I wanted to make a point to me. If I'm dating myself, can I afford me? So when I do start to date again, can't no man ever say you wouldn't be able to. Oh, are you kidding me? I've been here a million times. What are you talking about? I take myself places that I expect a man to take me to. So I was talking to my friend about the money I was spending. So I said, today I'm not going to spend a lot of money. I got a $30 budget. No, I said my meal was $30. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to spend about $40 versus $60. And I volunteered to pay for my homegirl's Chardonnay. No, she got champagne. I don't know what she had, but I was like, okay, put her champagne on my tab. Keep in mind, I said my food with tax and tip should have been no more than $40, $45. After we added that drink, mine went right back to $65. I looked on there, that damn drink was $29. That's her drink equated the price of my entire meal. I was like, yeah, I'm not coming back here.
That makes absolutely no sense. That should have been a bottle.
That should have been a bottle.
That should have been a bottle.
That one glass was $29.
And that's when you go to Facebook and you know what I mean? That's when
it was not a black owned establishment.
And that's when
it's
you
a chain restaurant.
Because that's ridiculous. I would have the way I would have brought that waiter, garçon.
Please.
Excuse me. Linda.
Can we just pass this out?
What the hell? I need more in my cup. Where's the refill, baby?
I was like, oh my gosh, yeah.
Can I get a refill?
Because when I got my check, I said, well, y'all, it's back to 65. They started laughing. They was like, what'd you get? I said, no, it was her drink. She was like, oh, I said, and you better. She said, I'm gonna finish it. Oh, you damn right, you about to finish this $29 drink.
I want some.
I want some.
What it taste like?
Rich taste buds. Let me have some.
It better not have been Moscato either, because what?
Girl, it better not have been.
Oh God,
yeah.
that is so different.
So I got some new people just tuning in on my Instagram. So again, we are talking about nightlife that's going on, where the DJs hosts and promoters have to intertwine with each other's role. And we're getting the same exact pay. You don't get paid more to promote during the week. You don't get paid more as a DJ to be a host. You don't get paid more as a host to be a promoter. None of that. You just have to go in there, do your job, and hope that the numbers stay up. Because your main job, DJ's job in their minds, are to entertain the crowd and have a great time. No. Host job in their mind is to create a vibe and hope these people have a great time. No. Your job when you're in these establishments is to make the establishment money. That is your number one job, is to make the establishment money. You might be the best DJ on the face of the planet. If you're not making them money, what they need you for? Your job is to make them money. So if in 2024, you have to be a host, unfortunately, as a DJ, you just have to do that. If me being a host has to be a promoter in 2024, I just have to do that. I've had places to ask me to run their social media because I'm so social on social media. But because I have an online radio station, I had no choice but to learn to be more valuable online. I don't have business cards because everything I do outside of hosting is online. So when I meet people and they're like, you have a business card? No, I don't need you to get away from me. Give me your social media so I can message you when I want to. If I hand you a business card, what are you going to do with that business card? You're either going to be nice enough and put it in your wallet and it's never going to come out, or you're going to throw it away. You're not going to go like, oh, dang, where's that business card at? I need to contact that girl. If you're on social media all day, just follow me. I'm going to follow you back if I want to do business with you because I don't want you to get away from me. If I give you my contact, that gives you an option to hit me up if you want to. If I take your social media, I can hit you up when I want to. So that's why I don't do business cards. But that goes to being successful online is you have to keep promoting. I started and I built my brand modeling. Mine didn't come from hosting. Mine came from when I was a model. And I couldn't understand when I started selling clothes why they weren't selling the way I needed them to sell. I had to remember, you started as a model. You had male following. So it was like trying to sell club dresses to thirsty men. It's not going to work. So because my brand was in modeling, everything I did was online to make sense for men. So now that I've switched roles and I'm doing more things for women, I had to literally pivot certain things that I post, certain things that I talk about, certain sides that I'm going to be on in the topics that I have to create a totally different following that I want. So it just depends on what you want. If you're a restaurant and you sell, like you said, $3 type meals, you need to be posting things that will attract a $3 type pocket. Like you posting, granted, you should post karaoke. Granted, you should post music, bingo. You should post your brunches, like everything you got going on. If you got R&B nights or whatever it is you got going on. But if you want to attract people that are going to pay for this stuff, why aren't you posting the food? I'm always asking, like, yeah, like you got to get professional. You have to get a photographer out there to take pictures of your food. And I'm going to say this, and it probably sounds horrible. And I'm a girl's girl, right? Everybody knows KELZ is a girl's girl. But when it comes to these establishments, unfortunately, when you are adding nightlife to your establishment, you got to think of everything that comes with nightlife. Sex sells in nightlife. How your servers and your bartenders look matters in nightlife. Restaurants is different. You can look any kind of way in a restaurant. In an establishment that is building or promoting or wanted to attract a younger, vibrant vibe, how you look 100% matters.
Okay, can I add to that?
Yes.
Just because sex sells does not mean they have to be naked.
Correct.
And so
when I'm not even talking about that.
Oh, no, because that irritates me. Mm-hmm. It's like your naked tail is out walking across my food, walking by, and you think that that's what's going to make this work is, you know, they're sexy because they've got on a leotard and fishnets or whatever. Like you can be sexy in a nice outfit. You know what I mean? And
no, I'm talking about the shallow. Not even to cut you off. I'm gonna go shallow here.
Oh, you talking about the way they look in the face?
When I say how you look, I'm not talking about you being in a leotard. I'm talking about you got to be pretty.
Oh yeah, that too.
Unfortunately, you have to be attractive.
No, pretty bartenders definitely make more money.
They do. Servers as well.
Yeah.
You have to. So if you got an establishment and your bartender look like she smokes cigarettes, I guarantee
this ain't Waffle
these
House.
folks are not going to keep coming here.
This ain't
There
Waffle
is one
House.
place in Douglasville that everybody says they go to no matter how the service or whatever the case is, because they have the best looking staff. They literally people buy into people, not products and services. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. People buy into people, not products and services. If your bartender, your server, your host, your DJ, your people that are face of the hostess at the front. It's so funny. People tag me every time somebody's hiring for a hostess. I get tagged. So the difference between a hostess and a host: the hostess is the person that seats you at the door. That's the face of the business. The first person you're going to see coming in. The host is the person that's on the mic entertaining the people. So I always tell people, oh no, they're looking for a hostess, not a host. They're like, oh, I just saw a host and I just assume it's so cute. I get tagged all the time. So people are always looking out for me. Oh, you should try this place because they're hiring. But I will always say this too. We touched on, and that's going to be the next time I'm by myself. I got all these notes for pretty privilege. I guarantee people are quick to talk to me as a host because I'm attractive. And I'm little. I look younger than I am. So women aren't threatened by me. Now, if I was big booty, big breasts, and I look like money, and I'm like, looking resting bitch face, I probably wouldn't have the female following that I have. But because I'm cute and I'm a non-threat, and I'm approachable, then my people come back. So how you look absolutely matters in nightlife establishments. Not all restaurants, not all chain restaurants. It would be nice, but if I'm in Applebee's or Longhorn or something like that, I don't care that this girl is 500 pounds. If she got amazing service and I can't remember her name, I'm going to say I want that big girl because she is the nicest person who has ever taken care of me. And I want her every time I come back. Now, you go into these nightlife places and you got the girls shaking the signs and her stomach hanging out over her leotard or hanging over her little panty, whatever they be wearing with the fishnets. You not going to be happy about that. You ain't going to keep buying drinks from this chick. You're probably not coming back. It's one place I used to work, and this is where I learned this at. So I talk to people. I find out what's going on. One of my homeboys told me he never comes to one of the places that I was working at. I was like, dang, you don't never come here. He was like, because everybody here ugly. I was like, what? I was like, you didn't talk about my friends. He said I wasn't talking about their personality. He was like, they might have a great personality. But when I come in here to watch the game, and I come here to people watch. I watch the women. And if I like my bartender or my my server, this is who I'm coming for every time I come. You ask a bartender, I guarantee that bartender has at least 10 men that come throughout the week to sit with them and talk. I guarantee, because that customer thinks that bartender is attractive with great personality. It's one person that I used to see every Friday night at karaoke. He sits at the bar and talks to the bartenders all the time. I already know what it was. It ain't because he a drunk and he likes to go and sit out every Friday. He gets to go to this place that's right up the street from his house, have great conversations with beautiful women. That stuff absolutely matters. I don't care how shallow that sounds. I was like devastated when I first heard that. I was like, what? Like, it's not that deep. These people are here just to make money. No, you're selling an experience. If you're a bartender, you can get people to buy drinks, but you're selling an experience.
So how do we relate that to radio?
I was about to dog myself out too, by the way.
Because how do we relate that to radio? I'm
glad you said that, because I'm about to pop my own wrist. So some of this stuff that I'm saying that this establishment owners should do, you made a great point of continuously training their servers and their bartenders. Same thing with radio. They'll start a certain way. And you remember I always say they started this way, but then they'll stop posting. They'll stop doing this to stop. Like, I have to keep I always start with them. We do a whole face-to-face Zoom call. And I'm having these conversations with these people. And when they come in, they do training with you. And then they talk to you the rest of the time. Even if it's quarterly, I need to like do a Zoom face-to-face check-in. What can we do? Now you've been here for 30 days. What do you feel like we need to do on our end so that we're doing what we need to do for you to be successful? While you were saying that, I was like, I'm about to translate all of that back to radio. So that when people do leave, I know exactly why they left. And we've had people that's been here for years. They've been here through ups and downs, even you. Ups and downs, up and down. Again, I really, truly believe people buy into people. With some of the stuff we've ever had, if you didn't like me as me, would you still be here?
No.
Honestly.
No.
People buy into people, not products and services.
But I've said that tons of times that my loyalty with hits lies with KELZ. Even when people ask me, would you go to another station? No, I wouldn't, because I'm not at hits because I wanted to have a show. I'm at hits because KELZ was getting her hair done and kept stopping me and kept saying, you need a show. So now I don't do hair anymore. I do KELZ.
And that's just one thing about me, period. And I tell people this all the time. The world is huge. If you are in my city, Douglasville, it may seem super small, but guess what? There's Lithia Springs, there's Austell, there's Mableton, there's Marietta, there's Smyrna. There's a whole freaking county, Gwinnett County. It's an hour away. There is so much money to be made to where you don't have to hate on the next person. When I met Sunshine, I wasn't even trying to get you in radio because I wasn't even in radio at that time. I was hosting events and red carpet interviews. So when people ask me to do carpet interviews now, I'll just be like, y'all have no idea. I did this junk like 6 days a week. I don't want to stand and ask a bunch of questions. I want to be the person in the party. But I used to literally get so much attention, and Sunshine was like so funny, so vibrant. Again, this girl could literally make way more money than I make. She can literally do what I do. And I remember at one point you had moved to another salon, and I'm like, why you keep switching salons? She was like, they love me when I come in, but I think I'm too much for them. I remember you saying that. When she said that, I was like, I got to get her out of doing hair. Her personality is too big, and they're trying to put her in a box. What you do now, there is no box. There's endless amount of personality that can go from A to Z in this world. So I was like, I got to get this girl from behind this chair. She's got too much energy. She's got to let that out. She's got to get it out. Somebody has to hear this girl. Somebody's got to see this girl. And I'm like, she got a big forehead too. That's Tig.
It's who?
DJ Tig. You said two. You trying to say my forehead big too? You said two. I pay attention to everything. Details matter. He said she got a big forehead too. So anyway, I lost my train of thought. What did I say?
Just you put people in places
that
they need to be, because let's be honest, Nana Lane is amazing.
And when I say
Nana Lane is amazing,
Nana Lane is my mother-in-law from my ex-husband. I had to figure a way how to say that and not say my ex-mother-in-law. She is my kid's grandmother. She's my mother-in-law. And just from 17 to 42, she has poured so much knowledge and so much God into me. And she does that with everybody around her. Like, I didn't even read this in the Bible, and I know write the vision, make it plain. Anybody that knows Nana Lane got that from Nana Lane. They didn't get that from Jesus. They got it from Nana Lane. And I was like, she would be perfect for radio. And she was like, I can't do that, blah, blah, blah. I said, literally, pretend all your grandkids and all your kids are sitting in front of you, and you are literally talking to them. Just talk to us, but you're doing it in front of a microphone without us standing in front of you. Like, I have a hard time looking into these cameras because it's not a person. Literally what I was saying to her from the beginning, and it took a couple of months. So she was like, it's funny what got her here too. So it took her a couple of months to even entertain the idea of coming here. When she did, I brought her onto Winter Show. One, because she was gospel, and two, she's a child. If she can do it, you can do it. And that is literally what the selling point was for Nana Lane. She was thinking, if this little girl can do radio, I can do radio. And she's been here, 2 years now?
More than that.
Nana Lane been rocking for a minute.
Yeah.
And I have some shows that's not here right now that they refuse to go anywhere else but here. They got whatever it is they got going on, whether it's a job, whether it's finances, whatever it is that's going on with them. They're like, no, when I come back to radio, it's hits 92.3 for me. So
no matter who called them and be in their DM trying to get them to
period.
come over.
Jeez, and then to some of those people's defense, they don't have no clue who that person is.
Okay.
Yeah, they came in later in life when it was already done. But
okay.
We know about the folks going into all the hits people's emails and DMs and telling them about their new station that's opening up in January. We know about that because they come back and they tell us. I have so many screenshots and I'm just like, let them do what they're doing. Somebody literally asked me, what's the game plan? Like how we going to compete against that? I said, I don't compete against the help. Are you kidding me? I do not compete with the help. There is no competition. I wish you the best. We have a show that was here.
Beyonce was never worried about Rihanna.
Never. She don't have to. Rihanna is making her billions. Beyonce making her billions. We ain't never got to connect on the same page. You do you, sis. I'm going to do me. And I ain't worried about what you got going on.
Learn everything that we do and then go open up your own without saying anything to us. And then don't be open no more. We still
going to support. Now, there's one show that did that, and I love them to death. They have a station that's coming open, and I can't remember what the date is, but if I'm available, I'm going to be there. Is this Saturday? Oh, I'm going to be there. And that's because they was rocking with us till the wheels fell off. When the wheels fell off, they moved on. I don't have a problem with that. It's the sneaky ones that come in and get your contracts. And then 30 days later, they try to open a station where they at. So, yeah, it's trust me. We deal with a lot behind the scenes at the radio station. But again, it starts with the head. If the head isn't top tier, whatever mess ups, whatever disconnects, it trickles down to the team. And what you start with, the work you put in, is what you end with and the work that you get out of it. Anything else you want to add? Because that's about all I got. We had nobody to call in, and I know a bunch of DJs that had a lot to say.
Okay, since there's DJs, I get it. She talking about nightlife, but let me just say this. If you got an older crowd, and they're at a lot of tables and they're sitting together, the music don't have to be that loud. Like, I came here to talk to people, especially if you put networking in the caption anywhere. I don't want them spitting on my food trying to whisper. Can you please turn it down a little? Not only
just
that,
a little
I'm
bit.
old. Loud noises scare me, and they make my heart beat like way faster. And please, if it say brunch, I get it. If it's Young Hot Thoughts, then have it as loud as you want and Meg the Stallion out. But baby, the way you could turn it down a little bit and play some Jodeci. I like that at brunch too.
It's
like, where is the
women.
brunch for the aunties?
Yeah. So there was one place that so this is the thing. I'm always doing my research because I want longevity in the locations that I'm at. So I'm not the type of host that's just going to show up, do my job and expect to get paid and then just come back next week and repeat over and over and over again. I'm always, and I need to start celebrating. I just talked about that last night. I need to start celebrating each milestone in that milestone. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, this was a great Saturday brunch. How can I make next Saturday better? Or how can I be consistent? What did I do? Or what was going on? What type of music was playing? I'm thinking about all this stuff. I'm literally not your average host. I'm thinking about all this stuff while I'm editing these videos. I'm like, okay, that didn't really work, or this worked. This crowd wasn't really feeling. And you're not going to get the same. I'll say even my Saturday spot that I go to is right here by the airport. So 90% of the customers that come are people that are just in town for the weekend. They're passing by. I will never see them again because they're not going to be my regular customers. So I never know what type of vibe I'm going to get from weekend to weekend. I might get one weekend, one weekend was full of young girls that just wanted to listen to Meg the Stallion and do line dancing. The very next week was all men. And I guarantee they saw the post from, not necessarily from me because the restaurant posts too. I guarantee they saw that and thought, oh, this is where all the girls be. So the next week it was mainly men, to where the DJ kind of made it more rap than he did R&B. So that, again, that's what the DJ has to do. He has to create the vibe. And then I have to kind of go with that too. If I see it's a lot of couples, I'm going to speak more to the woman. If I see tables are like, they're having a great time, they ain't really like in trying to be involved with a lot of stuff that's going on, I don't bother them. I'll go over there, I'll introduce myself. I'm the host. We're doing this today, blah, blah, blah. Let me know where y'all from. If they're like, oh yeah, we're from blah, 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 I know not to mess with them no more. I'll come by, do this. If they give me one of these, I keep it moving. If they're like, oh yeah, we here from Detroit, then I'm going to shout them out. Hey, we got Detroit in the building. If I see they're feeding me energy, that's probably going to be my favorite table today. And I'm going to find somebody at this table to pick on as my person for the day. So I'm always thinking of different things while I'm hosting to make everybody have a great time. And you can't just rely on your one job title when you're dealing with a whole business. You have to play several different parts, unfortunately, for me and everybody else, for the same pay. You can ask for more, but you might outprice yourself. I learned later on that I charge more than most hosts charge. But in my mind, it wasn't my main job. So if it was my main job, I probably would be like, ooh, timid to ask for what I want. But because I'm going out here for fun and I could rather be on my couch watching TV and making money at the radio station, I charge my worth. And I still feel like it's not enough. I literally don't get paid for half the stuff that I do as a host. But yeah, so if you are a DJ, a host, a bartender, a server, a restaurant owner, nightlife, club, lounge, you are all promoters. That's the main point that I wanted to bring out. You are all promoters. Every single person that has to do with this Monday night, this Tuesday night, this Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday has to work together to make this particular day go. And you have to promote it. If you're a bartender, you got to find a flyer person. Put yourself on some flyers and like, I'm here such and such days out of the week. Y'all come see me here. Everybody has to be a promoter. And I guarantee these establishments will make money. If the establishment makes money, they're going to keep you as a bartender. They're going to keep you as a server. They're going to keep you as a DJ. They're going to keep you as a promoter. They're going to keep you as a host. They're going to keep you as a person, a part of the team, because you're bringing the money. So that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to talk about the different points in nightlife. If you're not in nightlife, I hope you learned something new. I hope you as a customer can be more
Give grace.
Yeah, more graceful to the establishments, whether they're Black owned or not. Just more grace in anywhere that you go. If you are a karaoke customer, please start spending some money with these places. We know you love to sing. Me too. I sing the same 3-4 songs everywhere I go. If I go to, I'm hosting on a Thursday night, it's going to be 4 or 5 people that come here every Thursday, and I can already put their name in of what song they want before they even come up to me and tell me what they want. So we all sing the same songs. We all enjoy the same atmosphere. Just make sure you are coming out and spending money with these establishments, because your favorite place that you go to could be on the back end behind the scenes about to close down and you have no idea. Then where you going to go? All right. So that is my message for today. Nightlife is also promoters in everything that you do. Let me not say that. Business owners and businesses, brands are promoters. Every single person involved with a brand or a business, no matter what it is, no matter what realm it is a promoter. You should always, always, always be promoting. All right, that's my message for the day. You are tuned into the L.I.C.K Show with your girl KELZ on Hit 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. We'll be back next Wednesday, 12 p.m. See you. Peace.
Every day is a new choice. We make our beds and we lie in them. Who do you want to lay down with? Choose wisely. Met you on Friday, picked you up on Saturday. Sunday night you calling me over and over and over again. Tell
telling me that you're ready to rock me steady, rock steady. I got you so addicted. I should've never let you taste my love, my love. Damn right, I wanna see you again, but I'm not ready for no love affair. Still you ask me what is happening, when I told you that my heart wasn't there. I handle business on the weekday, but you can have me on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard to leave. Take it from me, from me, from me. Take it from me, from me, from me. If you wanna be my weekend lover, it's gonna be hard